Next question. You mentioned a fitness benefit as a supplemental benefit. What are some others? Okay, well, first of all, I mentioned the fitness benefit. It's not really a benefit. A benefit is, I said in the last video about it, is something that is guaranteed by law and can't be taken away. It's more of a perk. I mean, I know they sometimes call it a benefit, but it's really a perk. It's something that can be removed at any time. It is not contractually guaranteed to be in the product, and it is something that an insurance company can remove whenever they want. And I did mention the fitness membership because that's the most common one. That's also the one that people seem to ask about the most. And as I said in the last video, I'm not really a fan of people buying insurance for a fitness perk, something that can be taken away, because when it does get taken away, or they start charging you for it, when in previous years they gave it to you for nothing, which, by the way, both things have happened, and so I'm speaking as the voice of experience from this, people get a little ticked. So I try to tell people, look, if you really want this, that's fine, you can have it for it, but remember, this is not a guaranteed thing that they're going to keep for you for as long as you live. So the fitness membership is one. The most common, and there's so many different permutations out there of different types of supplemental things that go into plans that I won't be able to cover all of them. Primarily, these extra supplemental perks are on Medicare Advantage plans, although some Medicare supplements have traditionally had them in the past and continue to have them at times. The most common supplemental things that are offered in plans tend to be dental benefits. Now, what's important to know, and I've also said this in a different Q&A too, is that dental benefits tend to come in stages. There is a preventative dental phase, then there is a minor dental phase, then there is a major dental phase, also known as a comprehensive dental phase, and then there's also a fourth level of dental, which tends to be orthodontia, that has its own level. And generally, the stuff that is given, at least in this state, in this year, for free is the basic preventative stuff. One cleaning, maybe a second cleaning, one set of x-rays, and just a basic oral examination. One a year, sometimes two a year. That's given at no charge. Now, a lot of times the companies are going to offer something known as a comprehensive dental package. Those have costs associated with it. That's important to keep in mind, because if you have a Medicare Advantage plan that is a $0 premium, what that means is that except for the Medicare Part B premium, you're not paying anything else to have the Medicare Advantage plan. However, if you want to add in the comprehensive dental rider, you may have an additional $20 a month to pay, or $45 or $15 or whatever it is that year for that company and that plan. So you could be taking a plan that's not going to charge you anything more, and you won't have to pay anything more except the Medicare Part B premium, and add to it something that you may have to pay more for. And really, if the one thing you were caring about was the preventative dental benefit, and that is included, then you could be paying for something that you may not actually want. So it's important to actually kind of tear down that dental benefit, take a look at it closely to see if it is a benefit that you actually want or actually need. Some people really don't actually want more than just the preventative services, and if they do want it, if they do want comprehensive coverage, they need to take a real close look at what those benefit caps are in correlation with the premium. In other words, comprehensive dental is typically not an unlimited amount of money. Typically, they will pay so much in a year. and will, but in exchange, you're going to have to pay so much in a year for that. And for some people, that's a good trade. They're willing to do it, but for others, not so much. I think that there's a number of people that take these plans that don't really plan to have it and utilize it with the kind of money that they wind up having to pay out. They don't expect to wind up having to pay into it as much as they're going to be getting out of it. So that's kind of something that's important to look at. So that's one benefit, is the dental. Some of it's thrown in for free, some of it isn't. Remember, it's very important, if it is not thrown in for free and you want to add on to it, be aware that that does give you an additional premium beyond the Medicare Part B premium if you are in a $0 premium plan. So there is that. Other benefits, there is a vision benefit on some Medicare Advantage plans. Also some Medicare supplemental plans, but a lot of times you're going to you may also have an additional vision benefit that you could purchase to add on. Very important to take a close look at that. Vision has changed a lot in Medicare in the last 15 or so years. Excuse me. Medicare covers, and when I say if Medicare covers it, that means the supplement covers the remainder of it, or if you have a Medicare Advantage plan, it's going to be a part of the base Medicare Advantage plan benefit. So Medicare covers cataract surgery. It will cover a single pair of contact lenses or glasses after a cataract surgery as well. And Medicare's basic benefits also cover diagnosis and treatment for diseases and conditions of the eye. So if you're looking at macular degeneration, screenings for glaucoma, screenings because you're at risk because you're a diabetic, that is actually built into your Medicare benefit. So the extra stuff that comes on plans isn't actually a supplemental benefit. That is actually part of Medicare's basic benefit. So take those and just kind of push them aside, because that's going to be part of Medicare. Now, what's not part of Medicare's basic benefits is just kind of checking for your eyeglasses every year. Check to see if you need reading glasses, if you drive, if you need corrective lenses or contacts for it. That is not covered by Medicare. Like I say, the only time they really cover that is I'm just looking down at my monitor here and I'm seeing my skin is being whitewashed because the sun just came out. Sorry about that. I'm not going to stop to correct it right now. But Medicare is going to, if Medicare doesn't cover, or excuse me, Medicare, I'm trying to get back on track with the sun coming out. Medicare is going to cover one pair of glasses after cataract, but that's the only real glasses coverage you get from Medicare. So if you want insurance to actually reduce or eliminate the cost of a pair of glasses, that's going to be an additional premium for you. So that's something really important to look at to see, is that premium going to be worth it? The other thing that would go along with that exact same thing is hearing. Now, Medicare covers diagnosis and treatment for diseases and conditions of the ear, so that's part of the benefit. A hearing aid, however, is not part of that, so that too is a supplemental benefit. Some plans, both Advantage plans and supplements, will include that as part of their base benefit, but others are going to make you pay a little bit of something for it. Now, if that's the case, then you have to then figure out, okay, is the caps on it worth it? Is the price you're going to be paying for it worth it? Is basically the use you're going to use worth it? That's something you sit down and you figure out with an insurance broker, someone like me, to see if the money is worth it for you, because sometimes you'd be amazed just how often what you really want, you may find that the insurance premium is not worth the cost of that supplemental benefit. So that's another supplemental benefit that's offered. Usually this year we're seeing it on Medicare Advantage plans, but we do see it as a supplement, as something on a Medicare supplement as well. Other things that could be in a supplemental, the other supplemental benefits, we mentioned gym, we mentioned dental, vision, hearing. There's some Medicare supplements that they've got something known as a voluntary PPO. Now, with most every Medicare supplements, there's an exception, but with most supplements, you can use any doctor, any hospital, anywhere in the United States that accepts Medicare. However, some have as a supplemental benefit a network of hospitals that you're not required to use at all. If you do wind up going to that hospital and you wind up being admitted, basically by being a part of that network, that hospital is going to waive the Medicare Part A deductible, which most Medicare supplements pay for on your behalf. Insurance companies, in response, will turn around and give you a break on your premium. Basically, you get a premium credit for it. If you don't, I tell people it's there, it's great, but it's not a big thing because the Medicare supplement is going to work one way or the other. It's going to work the same one way or the other, regardless of what hospital you go to, as long as that hospital is a Medicare-approved hospital, which is very likely a hospital that you're going to be going to. So it's not a big thing. It's one of those things where if you wind up getting the perk, hey, that's great. You wound up saving some money. If not, it's really not going to matter. So that's there as well. I have seen a couple of Medicare supplements actually cover dental to an extent as well. Some will give some preventative services. Actually, I haven't seen too many of them this year. In the past, they've given like $100 a year, $200 a year in preventative dental. You had to kind of watch who you went to for it, so it was there. Some give a glasses discount. In other words, it's not insurance, but they will actually, if you go to certain places, they will give you a discount on glasses. I've seen the same on hearing aids. Some have done that. I know of one, although I don't actually offer it, that gives an acupuncture discount, although I can't remember. I know there's no acupuncturists that actually use that particular plan anywhere near me. I'm not even sure there's any in this state, but that's something as well. So I mean, some of the benefits, some of those extra perks can be really crazy. Some of the supplemental benefits in Medicare Advantage, some will give an over-the-counter benefit, so you get like a discount on Band-Aids, or a discount on Neosporin or some other kind of first aid antibiotic if you get it in their, if you use their catalog for it. It's basically all over the place. Basically, when you're coming to us, you shouldn't be coming to us for a supplemental benefit. I mean, if something like that is really important to you, or you can't decide, or you're on the fence, we'll mention it, but it's not part of the sales process by any means. You need to get insurance for what you need the insurance for, and you need the insurance. I've said this before. You need the insurance for when you have a heart attack, when you come down with cancer, if you're having trouble breathing. You need the insurance to pay the bill so that you can get the medical services to get you healthy again. That's really what insurance is there for. Insurance is not really there to give you a gym membership. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you really like your gym memberships, but that's not what insurance is there for. If they're offering it, that's great, but the bulk of our focus is on making sure that when the chips are down, you get hit by the proverbial bus. The insurance is going to be there to make sure that you get well again, and we do it. We get you that insurance at a price that's as affordable to you as it can possibly be, and in a way that you can actually afford to get that coverage, and then get the coverage in a manner that you are accustomed to. So I mean, really, that's our number one thing. There are these other supplemental benefits available to you, but really, if it's there, it's great. If not, I really wouldn't. I personally don't lose a lot of sleep over it with my clients, and I just really want to make sure that perspective is there to you. But I hope that answers your question. I hope you get an idea what other ones there are. There's so many others available. They're just too numerous to mention. A couple of companies will give a nurse's line. I mean, there's about as many different supplemental benefits as there are insurance companies that offer insurance. So yeah, the thing is, when you get the material, just look at the material. If there's something there that appeals to you, yeah, great.